Hey guys, welcome back. In the previous video when we were fixing this get triggered by thing, we saw a major problem actually. And what we saw was that the time zone with which we were pushing our test from a local machine and the ones which were in remote has uh, a gap. In the sense, if I filter on the tests which were triggered from CI, they were taking the exact same time zone as what was on my machine. But when I was running from my local machine, there was a 1 hour of a gap. And imagine if you have like a distributed team which is working across the globe, then you have a problem because the earlier runs would show up later, the later runs would show up earlier, and this is not consistent. And there's no way you can make sense of this data because now this is all like all over the place. So what I want to do is I want to fix that problem because in my opinion it's like a major problem. So the root cause of this problem is like I was pushing the time zone as local date time now. So instead of pushing the local date time now, if we could push the date time based on the time zone of Elasticsearch, that would be awesome. So I did some research and what I found was that the time zone which was used in the CI server, which was eventually making it consistent, was UTC. This was a website which mentions all the different kind of time zones that are available, and the time zone was used UTC. How did I found out? By a bit of a trial and error because I was not sure. I tried it out and I found that UTC seemed like a reasonable choice, and indeed the time zone was UTC. So what we're going to do is we are going to go back, and instead of giving a time zone as local date time now to string, let me first comment this line. What I'm going to do is if I give now, we have multiple options. We have either giving now the local date time, or we can specify a zone ID. So I chose this option, and with zone ID, if I click a dot, it gives me options of giving an off. And here if I provide UTC, now we have got a date in UTC format. And now if I make it as toString, I'm keeping it commented just to test and see how it goes. So if I go back and now run my test, my current time is 3:34. If the time on cloud is also 3:34, which would be 15:34, then this is perfect, right? So let's come here, and what you're looking for is something in the range of 15:34. Let's refresh this, and if we can find something at 15:34, then we are good. So you can see like all these time zones are already so messed up, and we do find something at 15:34, right? And this was a test that we ran, but as you can see, because of time gap, everything is a bit of a messed up thing. So let's do one thing. First of all, let's delete this index. So what I'm going to do is let's go and see if I can delete this index. So go to stack management, index management, and I'm going to delete this index because everything is all messed up, right? In fact, let me delete all these indexes just to be sure. Delete indices. Okay. And now if I run some test, let me run a test from my local machine again. And this should now create an index. Windows 2. If I refresh the page, an index is created, search 01. Let's click on discover, and in here create a data view, and we want this index, right? Search 01. Name is also same, and the timestamp is test run. Save data view to Kibana. Okay, and now we can filter it based on, okay, we already have the information, test run, project, test class name. So I ran my test at 3:34, 3:35, it picked exactly the same time. Now it's 3:36. Let's run the test and let's see what happens. In the past, if you remember, this was showing 1 hour in front. So now I run at 3:36, I get 3:36, right? So I had to give this 2 hours from now, but actually I can give now, and I think this is perfect, So last 2 weeks of data, including now, and I'm getting the right results. So now if I commit this change, let's see if we still get the right data in CI as well. So let's open Windows 1, in fact, Windows 3, test run metadata, and let me remove this commented line, right? And enter. And we want to get the local date time based on the UTC time zone. We are changing nothing else. Update time with zone and git push and now create a PR. Create pull request. And now let's see if we can get the information, in the same order. So let's go to actions, fixed time gap. Refresh. Okay. Test have run, and now if I refresh, everything is in a chronological order, right? This is exactly what we want. That no matter if a person is running tests from Europe, US, or from India, anywhere across the world, or if the tests are running in CI, the tests are coming in the chronological order, which is what is happening right now, which is what was not happening in the past. So just a simple change, just a simple fix of getting the date instead of now, from based on a zone ID of what Elastic also uses, which is apparently UTC. We can now get all our tests in a chronological order, and which is exactly is what we want, right? So that's it. I think with this we fixed a major problem of getting our results, and maybe in the next video I will cover on also to get a unique name for our runs so that we can filter our test based on a particular run. So thank you guys. See you in the next video. Cheers. Bye.